what do you think? What do you think are essential attributes for that cause, for the universe to be brought into existence? What must this cause possess or have to bring about this universe?
Pursuit of science. That is the pursuit of science.
I'm asking you a scientific question.
But what I'm saying is, what is the pursuit? You know, the evidence that we seem to get from science seems to be something you can verify. Whereas the evidence I see for faith,
I study science. Right. So I'm asking you a non-scientific question.
I'm not saying religion's wrong or right. What I'm saying is,
I ask you one thing, you answer me another thing. I study science.
I don't see any evidence.
I study science. So it's not that I'm asking you a non-scientific question. You and I agree that the universe began to exist and it must have an external cause for its existence. My next question is, having affirmed this fact, what attributes, qualities or properties must this cause possess or have to bring this universe into existence? We can actually deduce this. We can come to an understanding of it. This cause itself must exist to bring about this universe.
Okay.
Fact number one.
And what is that cause?
It's not about what, I'm talking about the qualities.
Okay.
The qualities.
What are the qualities?
You see, for example, I'm asking you to now come to this confirmation. So do you follow that this cause must exist?
I'll agree with you there's a cause, yeah.
What other characteristic this cause must possess? Energy?
Yeah.
Without energy you cannot bring about anything, you can't do any work.
Yeah.
Right. So it must possess energy. It has existence. Does it has any will? Intention or will?
Probably not. I don't know.
Let me give you an example just to illustrate my point. Suppose in a cosmic, in our cosmos, there's a cosmic kitchen. In this kitchen, you've got a fridge, a freezer, you've got milk in there, you've got a cooker, you've got the lighter, you've got the water and the sink, and you've got the tea and you've got the sugar, right? You've got all the ingredients for making tea. Do you think ever, and I'm very generous about this ever, you can go infinity, add infinity, right? Infinity.
Yeah. Which I am going to.
Do you think, given infinite time,
a
cup of tea with 2 sugars would be produced?
Yeah.
How?
Because it's infinite. That combination
Tell me how.
will exist at some point.
Tell me
at
how.
some point.
Tell me how.
Well, how do you mean how? It will
I don't want a fairy tale answer. Tell me how. You've got all the ingredients there.
You're giving me infinite amount of time. Yeah. I will go for every single combination, mixing it up. And
there is no one to mix it.
And that's some.
Stop.
No. This just mixes.
Stop. To make it simple, to make it clarify. To make it clarify. In this cosmic kitchen, there is no agent. There is no willing agent to mix it, to make a cup of tea. There is no conscious agent.
You said energy would be needed. So if energy's there.
Wait.
That's the agent.
There is no conscious agent to bring about these things.
There's no conscious agent, but there is an energy. There is an agent.
Do you think this energy
can
consciously bring these ingredients together and make a cup of tea with 2 sugars?
Yeah.
How?
I've got infinite time. That must happen at some point.
Well, you explain how infinite time everything is possible.
Well, if you've got energy and something causes that to mix together.
No, so there is no some intelligence. There is no consciousness to mixing it together.
It doesn't need a consciousness.
So how does it mix it in proportion? You tell me.
Well, why does it need a consciousness? It just mixes. I mean, why does
Excuse me? It just mixes?
Yeah, there's energy.
Well, no, this energy exists.
So this stuff's moving around.
You know this energy here at this moment
most of the time, nothing will happen.
At this moment we have energy, like gravitational energy.
Yes, it's all around.
Do you think gravity can make a good cup of tea?
Don't get me wrong, I'm not a scientist. You said you studied science. I haven't studied science. But it seems logical to me.
It seems to me illogical.
As
a scientist,
there's thought behind it.
You are not a scientist,
Yeah.
and I study science.
Yeah.
And on my basis, I think it's illogical that gravity and gravitational pull enough can make a good cup of tea with 2 sugars. Now, I can't find it believable. It's not sensible. You don't study science, but you do. Now tell me, how do you come to this conclusion? This gravitational pull is going to have all the ingredients from this kitchen and make a good cup of tea with 2 sugars.
As studying science, you don't think that with infinite time, that combination would
Now you tell me how.
I don't know. Well, I'm not. How would I know? I don't know.
But you propose it's possible. How is it?
What I'm saying is, how can you propose it's not possible? How do you propose it's not possible that given infinite amount of time?
Given infinite time, you can have a camera like that, right?
Given infinite amount of time. that combination
You've got an iPad.
work.
Okay, you've got an iPad. Do you think this iPad can come by itself?
Well, I
Given
don't know.
infinite
This has
time.
only been around, what, 20 years?
Given
the
infinite
time, who knows?
I know it can't.
Well, it's here now, so...
I know who made it. Apple made it. I know who made it. Conscious people. Now you tell me how...
That the universe...
Now you tell me...
You know, this is technically, you could say it's perfect. The universe isn't perfect, is it?
My friend,
There are
do you know what goes in there? How much computing and how much knowledge has gone in this?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So this good cup of tea, this tea or anything for this matter, you think somehow without a conscious agent they can come together and make a video or an iPad. How do you come to this?
It's a different concept, isn't it? The universe is not an iPad, is it?
Okay. But do you think chance? Do you think chance can make an iPad?
There's a lot of things in the universe that don't work.
Do you think chance can make an iPad? Without a conscious agent, chance by itself can make an iPad.
Well, believing that we are chance, yeah.
No, do you think chance as a cause, without any human beings, without any intelligence, chance, which is not to be heard of, seen about, chance, which we assign to things. Actually, there's no such thing as chance.
This is something
we can discuss that. There's no such thing as chance. Do you think chance?
Well, there is chance, but there's no.
Really?
I can't know.
What is chance? I don't think chance exists. What is chance? Tell me.
The chance is that we're all here now.
Let me give you an example.
That's chance.
I'll tell you why chance.
The chance is you will be cross and you die tomorrow. I don't believe there's anyone intervening in that.
This is a 5p, right?
Yeah.
UK 5p coin.
Yeah.
It's only got two sides. Like, you can't fall flat on the surface. Head or tail.
Yeah.
When we say, what is the chance that it's going to be head or tail?
Yeah.
You say, oh, it's 50-50, right?
Okay.
But I can tell you this. Look, it's a normal coin. You can have your own coin, and I can tell you exactly every single time for infinity that this coin that you flip is going to be head or tail, without a doubt, without an error.
Yeah.
You know how I can do that?
No.
If I know the weight of your coin, the shape, the size, the temperature, the humidity, the length, or the height that it's dropping from, what matter it's actually dropping into, is it going to bounce or not? If I know all the factors, I can tell you with absolute certainty it's going to be head or tail. Why I say it's chance? Because I didn't have knowledge of all these factors. That's when we assign this is due to chance.
Do you not
because
think with all
of the
them
absence
factors,
of the knowledge of all the factors
do you not
there
think
are.
with all them factors, even knowing all them factors, there's still a possibility that will be one or the other?
No, I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be head or tail.
You think so?
Yeah, there's no chance. Because if I know all the factors, of course you can. Of course, if you know all the factors, you know there's only one outcome. If all the factors are there, there is only one outcome. We don't know all the factors. At the moment, perhaps we don't know all the factors, right? If we did, we will pretty much be sure, without any errors, that this is head or tail.
I still think there's an element of...
No, there is no such thing.
There is a part of it you will never ever know. Because it can be one or the other.
But if I knew all the parts, then I'm certain, right?
Yeah, but there's a part, what I'm saying is there's a part that you cannot know.
Why not?
Because you can't, it's chance.
No, but there is no such thing as chance.
There will always be an
you
element
cannot
of
just
probability.
talk about chance with chance.
You can have an element of probability and say, I think
in this
70%
example,
chance it will be that.
In this example,
you can't be 100%.
there is no chance. Because what if we know all the factors, which is taken into account, you are certain what it's going to be. The outcome is certain.
But what if you don't know all the factors?
Then you say chance. So my argument is there is no such thing as chance. It's because we don't have knowledge of all the factors.
What if you don't? What if there's an example when you can't have all the factors? If it's an unknown, something we don't know yet.
Yeah, that's why we assign chances, right? So when we say chance, can chance make this iPad? What we're saying is chance, which is not a conscious entity, not an intelligent thing, can it make it? Not about chance like, I don't know which company, is it Apple or is it Samsung, whatever. No. I'm saying, can non-conscious entities make things as complex and as designed
and I would
like
say
this? If you say yes, it makes no sense.
Why?
It's a scientific nonsense.
It's chance. You give me infinite time.
That's a different argument.
Do you think it's really... That means basically, yes, something that doesn't exist. Chance. It doesn't have a brain, it doesn't have any neurons, it doesn't have anything.
It's just
it can make it.
Infinite time, I will exist, and we do. Given infinite time, the right things will happen.
Do you think given infinite time you can become a potato?
It's not about iPads. I mean,
let me ask you a serious question.
We make an iPad.
Given infinite time, do you think it's possible that you can transform into a potato?
It's a kind of a relevant one, but given infinite time, a potato will exist, and it does.
So, you can become a potato, he can become a potato, I can become a potato, everyone can become a potato, right?
What about what you say, human beings become a potato,
You believe everything is possible, including becoming a potato.
Well, to some degree,
so given infinite time, can everyone become a potato at one point?
What I'm saying is, given infinite time with the right chemicals and the right things going on.
Given that. Yeah.
Anything's possible.
So at one point, imagine at this infinite time, at one point, everyone can become a potato. So at that point, they can become a tomato. But you say everything is possible.
Humans themselves.
Stop. Slowly. Given infinite time, at one point, everyone can become a potato. That excludes that you can become a tomato. But you believe everyone can become a tomato as well.
Well, I don't think humans are going to turn into potatoes. No.
But you do. You said given infinite time.
There's always that possibility.
No. You said given infinite time, you can become a potato. You said that.
What I said was, with all the ingredients, with infinite time, human beings exist, and we do.
Yeah. So
it doesn't need a creator.
So you can become a potato given infinite time.
I've got a new religion over here. It's
possible.
Following the way of
it's not possible.
No.
No. Now you are doubting about your own beliefs.
It's a relevant argument. Human beings become.
You have to be.
You're talking about a complex.
I ask you, potato is complex. I ask you a simple question.
I would have to say yes.
I ask you,
but it's a complex species.
Let's take it to the extreme. This belief that you have, let's take it to the
It tends to get more complex, not back to basics.
It's important that we examine the belief that you have. The belief that you have, given infinite time, everything is possible. Given infinite time, you can become a potato. Everyone can become a potato. Yeah. Now imagine he says, given infinite time, everyone can become an apple. Yeah? But everyone's have already become a potato. How can everyone become an apple? It makes no sense. You're contradicting.
It tends to get
yourself.
More complex than go back to basics.
So you tell me.
Given time, I'd probably agree with you that a potato would become a human being. That's a different argument. No, because it's more complex.
So you need to really be consistent with your approach.
I am consistent.
So given infinite time,
would we go back and become a potato? That seems.
Given infinite time, can you become your own mother? And give birth to you?
What are we talking about now? Time?
You said it. Infinite time, everything is possible. Can you become your own mother? Given infinite time?
I wouldn't want to be. But
it's not about being one of them. Can you?
Can you? Later.
That belief makes little sense, doesn't it? How much sense does this belief make? Given infinite time, everything is possible. But you don't know my belief here. You can't generalize. That's the wrong thing. It's very unjust of you to do that. Just generalize and walk away. There are certain things you can use your mind, your intellect, and your heart to arrive at the truth. Who you are and who your creator is. You can do that. You don't have to run around and saying, oh, I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not good enough to know who am I and who my God is. No. This is a problem. In fact, this is something that's been fed onto us so that we don't question. We know for sure that there is something that created this universe. It's not us. It's not nothingness. And we did not create this universe. Do you really think we did? Do you think nothingness created us? Do you think we created our own selves? Do you think we created the universe and everything that exists? The answer is no. So who did? The creator. And the creator who did this must be an absolute creator. Cannot be a limited creator like a black man in Africa, or a Palestinian man in Palestine, or a white man in Germany, or a woman for that matter. The creator is unlike anything of the creation. You know that for sure. You cannot assign the qualities of the creator like yourself. Like the creator is weak and imperfect. The creator is hungry and thirsty and ignorant. No. Your creator is perfect and absolute. And that's what the Quran describes. When the Quran describes his creator and says, your creator is Allah, Look at this word Allah. This word Allah doesn't have any plurals. It doesn't have any feminines. It's a descriptive word of this name of God, which is so unique that you know this creator is unlike anything. Not a man or a woman, father or a mother, son or a daughter. This creator is not someone that begins to exist. It's not someone that will come to an end of existence. This is Allah, and when the Quran describes it, it says this is Allah. There is no God besides Him. This is why we Muslims say, we come to the knowledge of our Creator Allah, and we say everything else that people ascribe is false. These are false deities. You know, some people believe God came down as a man and a woman. I mean, how do you ascribe that God came down as a man and He was praying to God, oh God, help me? God is independent of everyone. He doesn't need anyone's help.
Quick question. You said if the other people describe them kind of as some angel coming down from wherever and this and that. Yeah, and you said that there's only one true description, which is coming from the Quran. No, you don't need to do it. So why does it the Quran say that, you know, they recognize and respect all other messengers, but right now you're saying that the rest of the messages which have been described in other scriptures are not valid?
Okay, very interesting question. In fact, I thank you for asking this very interesting question people don't often ask. You asked me, taking my point, the Quran describes or gives the description of the true nature of the Creator, and all that, you know, other scriptures or religions describe, I say I find fault in them. In fact, allow me to answer it. In fact, this is exactly what the Quran says. Quran says, because there is only one God, this is the same God that sent prophets and messengers in the past. They came with the same message about God. They didn't come to tell people that God is a woman or a man or a son or a daughter or a brother, whatever. They came to tell you about the reality of God, that He is one and only, the absolute, the one who has no beginning, the one who has no end, the one who doesn't have any parents and the one who doesn't have any children. And the Quran describes, Allah, our God, describes in the Quran how the people of the past, whether they follow a scripture or not, they incorporated errors and changes and falsehood within those religion that God sent with the prophets. Let me finish. So for example, if you now see the book, the Torah of the Jews, in the Torah it describes like this. Let's see whether you agree with it. It says, God created mankind, and He saw mankind doing lots of things. He once noticed mankind came to the land of East called Shinar, and they settled there, and they started building tall skyscrapers. This is in the book of Genesis of the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Bible too. So they're building tall skyscrapers. God of the Bible then says, as reported in the Genesis accounts, God says, what? Man is building tall skyscrapers and they fall down and they speak one language, and God says, now nothing will be impossible for them to do. So let us go down and confuse them. Look at the concern that this God has.
But you're referring to
excuse me, my friend, allow me to tell you why I refer to this point. I'm going to make a point of illustration of how people have changed the description of God and gave totally unbefitting description in their scripture by modifying and changing it. This is one example of it. So let me continue this example. So God is concerned here, man is settled in one place, speaks the one same language, building tall skyscrapers. We know from the remnants of the ancient Near Eastern texts, at that time people believed that if you build tall enough buildings, you can reach up to sky and you can overthrow God. Look what the Bible the Hebrew and the Christian Bible describes the concern of God. God says, now nothing will be impossible for them to do or achieve. So let us go down and confuse them. The only reason why you and I speak English now, we could have spoken a different language. In fact, in English is not even a second language either, right? The only reason why we speak different languages, according to the Bible, is because God was so concerned that we continue to speak the same language and build up tall skyscrapers. Nothing will be impossible for us to do, including what? Overthrow him? So he comes down, confuses people, and disperses them. That description doesn't fit the nature of God, the character of God.
Is that just because of your reasoning, or just because of the framework which you're working from, which is the Quran? I mean, outside of the Quran, what reference would you...
Now, do you think God is concerned because human beings speaks one language and are settled together and building tall skyscrapers, nothing will be impossible for them to do?
To be quite honest, there's quite a lot of religious texts which I would take concern with in the same manner.
Now, does this describe God perfectly?
I mean, there's a lot of them saying a lot of different things, walking on water, whatever.
My friend, this description that I've given, an event, a description that happened according to the Hebrew and Christian scriptures.
Which you said,
my friend, I want your honest opinion. Do you think this describes God perfectly?
My honest opinion
about that event?
My honest opinion is basically, all the events. We don't really have. Let me finish.
That event.
No, let me finish. No, you don't need to do which event, but regardless, all events, to me personally, no one standing here could say 100% that they happen. That's real fact.
Can you now deal with the question that I asked? That particular event.
That particular event, I don't agree with it because I don't agree with the Bible.
Why don't you agree with it?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Bro, but there's a lot more of a thing.
It doesn't make sense to me either.
Bro. 1 point scored. But I'm not here to score points. No, let me speak. You speak quite a lot. In terms of whether it's the Quran or whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Talmud or whatever, or Zoroaster, whichever, they were written a long time ago. I don't disagree with them in terms of what they were needed for. Maybe people were reckless and didn't know how to live, whether it be Muslims, Jews or Christians, and they needed some kind of guidance. So in that sense, I think all of them were valid for that point of time, for those different problems in different regions. There's a presentation. Where it came from, you say it was revealed from this person, they say it was revealed from this person. Everybody says it's revealed from somewhere, We don't know where exact, no one's seen this exact somewhere, something, whatnot, blah, blah. We're all going off of this assumption still. But if I come to you, just as an ordinary person, I said, I got a revelation that, this horse is going to win tomorrow, you're not going to take my word for it. So I'm just saying, in this day and age, it's a different time. I'm not disputing there's not a creator. Now, if you want to quibble about whose book's right, well, this is definitely the place for it. But I don't think that's the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to bring people together. If you want to call it a broken language, well, there's only one broken language, and it's called love and compassion, probably. And if we all had it, we'd be back together. That's what was broken. If you want to talk about it in that way, if I look at it in a metaphorical way and not a literal way, Jesus walking on water, the only sun what walks on water is the sun what shines in the sky and reflects on the water. It walks. But how do we interpret these books?
So at least now we've come to an understanding that when I said the Quran describes God in his perfect nature and attributes, and it also points to the falsehood that's been attributed to God in other books. I gave you one example, and you seem to somehow, agree with me that it doesn't make sense. There are lots of other examples in previous scriptures. So to establish my point, why? Now, if you now examine the Quran, because you make a very good point, but you can't stop there. If you say, the books describe and it claims to be, we need to examine the books individually.
It's almost like a training course.
My friend.
I will let you go on. It's almost like a training course. I do like how you debate. I like how a lot of Muslims debate. It's like, okay, if they ask a question, ask them to present the proof. I mean, yeah, brilliant. It's a good way to actually go through life, and I understand it. On these in these circumstances, we're all basing it on belief. Whether we like it or not, it's not proof, it's belief. It's all based on belief. The only, I would say, the only proof that there's a creator is that the fact that this is all creation. And that's the only proof. Now, I don't need a book for that. You know, I can look at these things in detail and then find that kind of.
How did you find he's a creator?
What questions?
Pardon? It's reverse psychology. There's a creation. It's pretty obvious. There's a creation. Exactly. If there's a child, there's definitely a mother and a father. It's reverse psychology. I don't.
Today's science.
That too. Well, it's still got to come out of a man's testicles.
So when you examine Islam, what questions would you ask? Would you ask to ascertain that this is indeed from God, that creator?
I don't need to ask a question. I have the answer. The answer is obvious. It's in the front of your eyes. Look at the trees, look at the ground. Look at your lungs, look at your eyes. It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
If creator exists, did this creator send us a guidance?
This is where I have the discrepancy. A lot of men claim that they have these books of guidance, which have taken some men in a different way. Another thing is, it has confused a lot of men as well. You say, God says that, you know, in the Bible or whatever, he's not the author of confusion. But evidently someone's the author of confusion, because everybody's confused. There wouldn't be this debate if there was no confusion.
So when I asked you about Islam in particular, you cannot generalize this discussion. I'm a Muslim.
It's religion.
My friend. I'm a Muslim.
Go ahead.
I have a particular worldview. I have a particular worldview about why the universe is as it is.
Before you're a Muslim, you are a creation, my friend. Just like me. And that's what unites us right now. So therefore, we're discussing the creator. And everything here is a creation. So
why did this creator create us?
So you can divide yourself to
let me ask you a very serious question.
Go ahead. You can talk about...
Why has this creator created us?
Why? Why is existence created?
Nobody knows.
Let's go higher. Forget us.
You cannot ask me another question and 20 million other questions. I asked you one question.
It's the same
Let's
question.
discuss that question.
Hey.
Why has this creator created us?
I'm not of a mind of that level. So how could you ask me? I've never been to Jupiter. So how do you expect me to understand?
Do you have to go to Jupiter to answer this question?
Excuse me, let me finish, yeah? Now, for instance, yeah, I do not have the mind of a creator. Therefore, I would not be able to look into his mind and try and answer the question, why did he make it?
So how would you find out then?
Pardon?
How would you find out?
How would I find out? Why would I need to find out?
That's the question about need.
Tell me.
The question is not about need. The question is, the creator exists.
You find a need. You need a need.
Let me tell you. My friend, let me tell you.
It's here.
Do you think God, the creator, created everything in vain? I don't think so.
What do you mean? What vain?
Wait, allow me to speak.
English words.
Excuse me, allow me to speak. I do not consider that this creator created everything in jest and mere play.
Why? Because you know more than God or something? What do you know about God's mind?
So you think,
in that sense?
You think creator created this in mere jest and play?
Tell me, sir. Since you're familiar with God,
my friend,
what happened before?
Try
what's going on in
to
Jupiter
interact
now?
with the statement that I'm bringing. Do you believe that the creator has created this universe in mere jest and play?
I don't know what he's created it for. That's what I told you already.
So you don't know.
So
how would we know?
An honest answer.
The question is, how would we know?
Claiming to.
Brother, everything created has...
Like your bicycle could have a purpose. Your bicycle could have a purpose, yes?
My friend, it has a purpose only if I make it use of this. Then it has a purpose. If it sits in my garage, it doesn't have a purpose.
You can use your mind to make a bicycle.
Use my mind to make a bicycle. Well, the bicycle is no use without me using it, my
really
friend.
Put this in context.
Huh?
You know, every organ in your body has a function.
I am totally...
Excuse me.
I understand this.
Excuse me, no, you're jumping the gun. Let me clarify the point, and then you have your response.
I passed this kind of
hang on.
note to you already.
It will benefit, this discussion will benefit a lot of other people.
Okay, benefit.
Every part of your organ and our organs has a function or a purpose. Our eyes, everyone knows what our eyes are for. Vision.
Looking.
Yeah. Our ears for hearing and for what?
If you've never heard that, your ears are for hearing.
Yep, hearing is also for balance, if you didn't know that.
Altogether.
Right. Every part of our organ, likewise, has a function and a purpose. Now, did you assign those purpose and function to your organs?
Did I assign them? You're going back to the same thing, my friend. It's the creator. I didn't make myself. I didn't program this.
Fine. So if you did not...
Yeah, go.
Now I'm going to hit the nail. If we did not put or assign the function and the purposes of all the organs in my body or your body, put the whole body together. You as one whole body, what is the function or purpose of your body that you did not assign?
The function of my balance, my friend. Balance.
You say balance.
Balance.
He is now deciding it for himself.
Balance. In order for my body to survive, I must maintain an economic balance within my system. Yes. It is, yes. If your body's in balance, you'll be a sick man.
That is not the purpose of your body, to be in balance.
Okay, so
what is the purpose of your body? Put together all the organs.
You would say to sustain life, but I say that it doesn't sustain life.
No, I'm not going to say sustain life. That's not what I answer.
All right, I don't know what the Muslim perspective is. All I'm telling you, in order for you to keep that body, what you have, you need to keep that thing in balance.
No, that's for sure. But that's not the purpose of your body.
I don't need the purpose is my choice with my free will.
It's like this.
Whatever I want.
Let me give you an example.
If I want to jump off a cliff and kill myself because I don't like the people on the planet.
Your answer or response is like this. We have an exam. We need to go. In a healthy body and a healthy mind, we have to take the right transport.
A balanced mind.
Excuse me,
go ahead.
Allow me.
Go ahead.
Your approach or your response is like this. There is an exam, right? Say it's a maths exam. You are not interested in, you have to answer the questions of mathematics properly. Only thing that is interested is, you have to have a good mind and a good body, you have to good transportation, whether you're walking or taking a bus, and you go there and sit properly in a nice chair, in a nice desk, and you've got a nice pen, and that's all. A balanced ecosystem. But that's not the purpose. The purpose was the maths exam which you need to fulfill and pass. You might fail it, even though you have a fit body. Your body has a purpose which is not assigned by yourself.
Sir.
Which you agree is assigned by the Creator.
Sir.
What is it?
Sir.
We as Muslims, let me give you the answer. Our answer comes from not our own selves. The Creator tells us what the purpose is.
Okay, good. Good for you.
It's to worship
All
Him.
right, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I'm happy for you. That's what you believe.
Do you disagree?
Can I speak?
Yeah, do you disagree?
No, let me speak, and then we can move on to disagree or next. Yeah, you said it's like going to a maths exam. My friend, it's a matter of perspective. You know, if you go somewhere deep in the South Sahara Desert, I don't think they're really concerned about a maths exam. I don't think these things are really necessary. These are luxuries, of gentlemen, where we're in a civilized, balanced society, in a balanced society. First system, what you need to look after is the balance within your body.
That's what Islam encourages you to do.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
So these things where we're talking about, learning.
Do you know that? Just an interruption.
No.
Do you know what Islam encourages you to keep the balance with your own body?
My friend, I'm not
system around you.
I'm not saying it is not. I said at the beginning, all religions, offer a system of balance to all people, of different nations. I don't disagree with the Quran in that sense. I told you, it's a good message. I'm not disagreeing with it. What I'm saying is that the only thing is that now we're in 2014, I don't think division is the way to go. If the book said it earlier on, like the Tower of Babel, why are we still in this mode of I'm a Muslim, I'm black, I'm Indian?
Do you believe in those books which says only God is God of Israel and everyone else is unclean? Would you believe in that book?
I don't believe them, like I said.
Right.
Yeah, I said they're necessary for people. Yeah.
Why would they necessary, which is wrong?
If you let me finish, yeah, and I can carry on.
Okay, tell me why it's necessary.
It's regardless, as you say, if they're wrong, but if you got some really bad villain, for instance, and he goes into jail and he comes out and he finds Islam, or he goes into jail and he finds Christian and he comes out a better person, he's done a good job. Move on.
May I ask you a question? I want to ask you a question. If there is a religion which says there is only one nation on this earth, what is God's chosen one, everyone else, they can dispense of it easily. They can destroy you, kill you, massacre you, whatever. If this is the outlook, do you think you can deal with these people in a nice, friendly way?
I don't deal with anybody who is against separatism in any kind of way. I'm trying about bringing people together.
To bring people together means what? Correcting people's erroneous ways, isn't it?
My friend, yeah. As you know, yeah. In terms of balance, in life in general, in order to know what it's like to be hungry, you have to be full. Yeah. In order to know what's wrong, you have to be right at some time. So therefore, there's a balance. Yeah. So if there might be people out there who are in that way inclined, yeah, maybe it's part of this balance. Maybe we need a female. You understand? So therefore, that might be the female.
What is important for you is to come out clean and say, look, there are people out there who do not believe human beings are equal. If those people say that human beings are not equal, are you going to not tell them they're wrong?
Of course I will.
Right.
I will point out with all of them. It doesn't matter if it's just Jews. It doesn't matter if it's just Muslims say, oh, whatever, which is people don't agree with.
So the interesting question now is, Islam offers a world view about who you are, who your creator is. Do you have any problem with Islam?
I don't have no problem with.
Why aren't you a Muslim?
I don't need to be a Muslim. I have my own mind.
Sorry?
I have my own mind.
Yeah. Why don't you use your own mind to become a Muslim? That's the question.
No, because I don't want to follow. I want to lead my life, my friend. I don't
want to worship your own desires?
No, my friend. I said I want to lead.
He wants to be.
I lead my life. This is the gift of life. Yeah? This is the gift.
So do you think God gave you to worship your own self?
No, God gave me a life to keep it in balance.
You don't even know what God wants of you.
If you want to call it God.
Do you know what Creator wants of you?
Bro, I don't have conversation with the Creator.
Every time we have this discussion, you don't want to discuss it. You believe in a Creator, but you don't know what your Creator wants.